Recently, I have been on the YouTube grind, dude. I've been going hard, right? And one of the things that I've been trying to do is be more social because it's a very isolating job being a creator. And so I've been just, sending out tons and tons of emails like, hey, you guys want to collab? You guys want to do this? Want to do that? And it's an interesting thing because some of the people that I've messaged, it is like the most ridiculous reach I've ever done. It's like, there's no possible way that this person is going to respond to me. And I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? They say no, or they say nothing, like at least you tried, right? And my mom has said many times of, like, if you don't even try, the answer is always no. Like, they're not going to reach out to me. I have to do the work here. And if I believe that I'm not worth talking to, like, why would anyone want to speak with me? Why would anyone want to collab with me? Then of course I'm not going to try. But I've, convinced myself, and I think you should convince yourself to some degree that, like, no, I might be small, I might be unsuccessful in comparison to these people or whatever you're trying to do. And, just shoot your shot, see what happens. It's kind of like a job, right? If you're interviewing for a job and it says like 3 to 5 years experience preferred, and you only have 2 months or something, right? And I mean, I could look at that and be like, well, I'm clearly not up to snuff, right? I'm not gonna even try. But like, why not? Why not try? Why not just at least see what happens? Because, maybe with enough attempts, it'll actually happen. Like, if you apply to 100 different companies, maybe one will accept you or at least give you an interview, right? And in regard to creators, I have been thinking a lot about how you are very defined by your circle. Like I said, YouTube is a very lonely job. And if you don't check yourself, if you don't try to put yourself out there, then you're never gonna socialize more, or it's very easy to not socialize. If I want to be as prosperous as possible, or if you want to actually level up your career or whatever you're trying to do, if you just stay in the same social situation, like maybe you have little friends, or maybe of the friends that you do have, they're not your kind of people, or they're kind of like losers, they're not up to much, then that's gonna dictate a lot of your success. And like for me, like why would I not want to at least try to reach out to creators 10 times my size, because maybe if I do a collab with them, maybe then our audiences will mix and it'll be prosperous for both of us. You have to put yourself out there. And maybe a more relatable experience would be like when I went to college, I didn't really know anyone there. And so when I got there, I was telling myself, I have to try. I have to, maybe join a club, and I ended up joining a fraternity, which I never expected I would do that. You have to ignore your natural inhibitions. And for me, that was, being a little bit introverted, a little bit unsure of myself that people would like me. When you at least try, and maybe you do end up getting through to that experience that you're craving, then you're going to get the confidence to say, now that I've done this, I can do the next thing. And it's no different than me doing a creator podcast, and then once you do one, then you're like, okay, well, if that person liked me, then maybe other people will like me. And also, this is a very, very important point, is about being the dumbest person in the room. No one wants to be in a room of people where they feel like they are the imposter. They feel like everyone around them is super smart and you're just gonna look like a complete fool. It might be counterintuitive, but that's actually the best position to be in, because you are surrounded by people that you can learn from and can elevate your position. Like sometimes I'll go to the gym, right? And I'm not like that big of a dude. If I'm around a bunch of pretty muscular guys, like very tall, very muscular, they know what they're doing, even though I'm not like talking to them, I'm not like, hey man, can you show me some tips? I kind of get the vibe of like, I want to work out here because I'm surrounded by experts, or I'm surrounded by people that clearly have done something right. And you kind of feed off of that energy. And then when I'm doing my lifts, I'm not intimidated, because you might think that you would be intimidated being surrounded by people that are much bigger, much stronger than you. I'm kind of like, no, I'm in the right place. This is where progress is made. And maybe the opposite of that would be like if you're in high school and you've got a bunch of friends that are just, they're not up to anything. They don't really want to go to college. They don't want to do anything for their future. They just want to play video games or something. And I'm not saying that's bad. You can live your life however you want. But if you are the exception in that group and you want something out of life, you want to have a career and make a lot of money or whatever, then you have to find other social groups. You have to redefine your circle. And for me with YouTube, it's like my circle is extremely small. It's only starting to grow because I've decided that no one is going to do it for me, and I have to send that email or send that Discord DM, in the hopes that someone might respond to me and say, yeah, dude, I'll do a video with you. And then you're like, okay, maybe there's something to me. Maybe I actually have something worth sharing. Just put yourself out there. Find ways to maybe join a club or join some organization, or just send that email to that person that you've been wanting to talk to, or you know, like a crush. You know, it's no different than asking for someone's number and just shooting your shot, because you'll never know if you don't try. So I'll catch you later.